We actually went down to Nottingham to see you when you came over with the Spanish Bombs.
Right.
And we knew you were going to be fantastic because first of all it was your band, second of all it was the Clash.
Yeah.
And so I was going to ask you, did you ever see the Clash yourself?
I saw the Clash without Mick Jones.
Ah, right, okay.
You know, I saw that kind of naff version of the Clash. You know, but I spent time with Joe Strummer more than once in my life. I spent a fair amount of time with him.
Oh, brilliant. What band would you like to see play another band's album?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's...
Or do you not like that idea?
That's a... Geez, I don't know. It's a little too abstract for me. I mean, well, you know, I mean, there was a band in San Francisco called the Tighten Ups, and they did the Specials album, and I was blown away by it. Yeah, I just...
Was it a ska band?
Yeah, and they did the album. I was just blown away by it. Like, I hadn't really listened to that record, and all the themes that it touches on, you know, alcoholism and teen pregnancy and all this kind of working class stuff, I thought, wow, this is a really brilliant record. So, you know, it's a great practice for people to do, you know, and it's theater and you're learning somebody else's book, you know. Right. And I like theater, I like plays, and musicals and stuff, you know.
So it fits in with that.
Yeah.
Can I take you back to Green on Red? And,
sure.
And you know, we love those early records, and it seemed to us that when you joined the band, it sort of really gave a new impetus to the sound. And in lots of ways, you didn't sound like a mid-'80s guitarist. Where did your sound come from?
I don't know where my sound came from. I mean, I've always had a very bright sound, and always played Fender guitars into Fender amps, and you know, I still do. You know, I think I really liked guitar players like J.J. Cale and Keith Richards. You know, I like guitar players that sing. You know, I like Hendrix. Yeah. I like Hendrix is one of my favorite singers. Right. You know, I mean, I think he always puts a song across.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And he's, you know, he never considered himself a singer, which makes him even better. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, I hate people that sound like they're singing. Yeah. You know, make me pretty uncomfortable. But you know, I can see you had your fun. You know, I've always loved Jimi Hendrix. Gosh, I don't know in terms of guitar players. You know, I think I always had a style that was sort of like half rhythm and half lead.
Right. Wilco Johnson? Did you
well, definitely when I hear Wilco, I feel like that's the way you're supposed to play. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right. I mean, I don't know if I was influenced by him, but when I heard him,
that's okay.
I thought that makes sense. You know, this guy's making sense.
Yeah, cool. You called the last Green on Red album Too Much Fun. Which of the tours were you having most fun on, and which the least fun? Do you
remember? I think the last tour behind Too Much Fun was a little bit of a drag. I think some of the magic was gone. Okay. We tried to mix it up. We tried to take trains, and then we didn't really realize that. We didn't realize how many 5 a.m. wake-ups that would entail. And I think a lot of the spirit was, you know, the heart had gone out of the band, but they can't all be great.
No, sure. Do you have a favourite Green on Red album?
I think Here Come the Snakes is really my favorite. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hands down.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, this is a question from one of the wizards who couldn't be here, and like you and Stephanie, he's in a band with his wife. And if I may, I'll read from what he's written here. He said they're both in a band together, 60s cover band, available for weddings, etc. And Mrs. Garbanzo claims that he bosses her around in the band much more than in real life. In fact, they get on worse in the band than they do in real life. And he wanted to know, what advice could you and Steffi give them to make it work better?
Well, Carson's ready for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually doing an interview.
Yeah. I just want to let you know.
I'll be up there. Well, what advice would I give?
Yeah.
You know, you know, I don't know, man. I think I would probably learn more from him.
But it's working. It works, though, doesn't it? I mean, you work really well together on stage.
We've talked about that. I mean, we don't know. I mean, there's been. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think Stephanie's probably quit the band about 27 times in the last month. And you know, we don't know. I mean, we figure that somehow it worked. You know, somehow we've been able to do it. And what's really strange is that if you think about it, you know, we just started off as a kind of a front porch duo. Right. We liked the way our voices sounded together. Yeah. I wasn't really singer, and we didn't really have a band, and we didn't really have the audacity to go hire a band, you know, but we did a lot of just acoustic duo gigs, and and we were just kind of making it up as we went along. But I think the thing that we've been lucky is that we've always managed to keep it interesting and find new ways to do it.
Right.
So,
as a songwriter, you've had songs covered by Solomon Burke. You've done Waylon Jennings' album as well yourself. Do you ever, when you're writing songs, do you ever try to write with somebody else in mind? If you're going to think, this is not my song, I'm going to give it to somebody else?
I don't know, man. Well, yeah, if I have a date with somebody like Kim Carnes or somebody, then I think like, oh man, you know, it would be cool to write a kind of Brill Building, you know, Ronnie Spector kind of ballad.
And can you sit yourself down and say, right, that's the sort of song I'm going to write?
Well, I mean, I can thrash around, and then if something starts to, you know, give me that kind of buzz, like, oh, this would be cool, you know, then I'll pursue it. I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. After all these years, I've gotten no better at talking about the process of songwriting. So, yeah. Do
you think Broken Radio would be a good song for Willie Nelson to record?
Sure, yeah.
Would you send it to him?
Well, I'm not going to send it to him.
Would you not do it?
Yeah. Okay. I'd have to get some stamps, I'd have to know somebody.
Yeah, sure. It'd be a real drag, yeah. Are you a baseball fan?
Mildly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand the game that well.
Oh, really? Because I've discovered baseball. I was hoping that we could talk about the Giants, because the Giants are doing really well in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they've been pulling it out, as the Giants can do. Yeah. I've
been enjoying watching them, and because you name dropped Willie Mays in one of your songs, obviously, I was wondering whether you get round to writing a song about Madison Bumgarner, because we like that name.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm going to let you keep that one.
Okay, that's one for me. Right? Yeah, okay. They say you should never meet your heroes, but you must have. You said you met Joe Strummer. Who were the best people you met, do you think, musicians-wise?
Well, Strummer was great. I mean, he didn't disappoint. I mean, he really held court, and he was fun and super engaging. And I asked him a bunch of nerdy stuff about where he got his guitar.
Okay,
Denmark Street, 1975, 125 quid. You know. I mean, you know, and he was real sweet about it. And also, you know, I toured with Nick Lowe last year. And he was real sweet about all that stuff. And he didn't seem to have a problem talking about all the mundane stuff with back in the day stuff. You know, so I've been lucky. You know, and the people that I've worked with are also my heroes. You know.
Sure.
I mean, Jim Dickinson, and worked with some characters, you know.
We saw you open in Manchester with Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Heart.
Yeah.
Did you meet Lou Reed?
No.
No. Would you like to have done?
I suppose, you know, that could be a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm told he could be a pretty down to earth guy.
Yeah.
You know, but he's also kind of combative and. You know, you think you take your chances with the Lou.
Yeah,
but I will tell you this, you know, I still think he's the master.
Yeah, of all songwriters.
Master of the mundane. Well, I don't know. I don't, you know, wordsmiths. You know, you got Uncle Leo. You know, there's Leonard Cohen.
Yeah. Do you like his new album?
I haven't heard it, but I mean, I like it. I actually heard pieces of it, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's dry stuff, isn't it? You know, just talking about having sex at 80 and all that sort of doing things slow.
I dig it.
Funny.
I dig it.
Yeah,
he's always got a twinkle in his eye.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, these are some more of the questions from the other wizards for you. You're in a cafe or a diner, and you're ordering breakfast. You can have toast and your choice of tea or coffee, and then you're allowed 4 more things. What are you going to have? Go.
4 more things.
Yeah, you got toast. You've got a drink, but what do you want?
Yeah, my sort of, my best van meal would be, I'm allowed to have coffee?
You've got coffee.
Oh, okay. I like to have, I like a real nice cantaloupe and prosciutto ham. That's sort of one of my favorite.
You're not going to find that in England, you know that, don't you?
That's my favorite van snacks that I can put together.
Okay. What's your favorite?
And then there's a certain way that they do, you know, the chickpeas in Spain, what they do with a little like sherry, garlic, chickpeas, and olive oil, and chorizo. And the chorizo is very minimal, but it's got that greasy, beautiful thing to it. And I think that would make me very happy.
Okay. And do you eat okay on tour?
I eat as best as I can. Yeah.
Have you got a favourite ice cream flavour?
I'm a coffee. I used to be a coffee ice cream guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like my mom. Now,
I'd like you to just take a little bit of time to think about the next one. Who would win in a fist fight, Chuck Prophet or Chuck Berry?
Chuck Berry. Hands
Really?
down.
Yeah.
He's a monster. I met him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were intimidated?
No, not really, because he was being honored at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And he was in a good mood, you know. But I mean, I'll tell you the you know, that's the short version of it. But he's a mischievous guy.
Yeah.
If he wasn't in a deck of cards, he would definitely be the Joker.
Okay.
Also the King.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched him, you know, mess with the band, but always with a twinkle in his eye.
Oh, cool.
And you know, he's just a man. I'm endlessly intrigued by Chuck Berry.
Okay, Chuck Prophet and Chuck Berry taking on Chuck Norris. Who's going to win?
Yeah, all right. Next.
Got a taste of an old forgotten song. It was sad and mournful how the past can't be undone. Singers sound like Dylan through an old broke radio, crying about a woman whose heart had turned cold. And I want